Sounds good. All right. No, I'm headed out to talk, so I'll see you later, okay? All
Yeah.
right, bye-bye. All right, let me make sure my ringer is off. Okay, we should all be set.
Don't
What's
have
up?
to go far if don't want to.
I don't mind. Take me wherever. I don't care.
Yeah. Sorry for attacking Marley.
I appreciate you
Was
apologizing.
very emotional at the time. And not something I can really talk about with people that doesn't really know. Cause oh, you remember Cops and
Hmm.
what's happening with Lucky at the moment?
Yeah.
Joe, and I know it must hate Chatty so much. Like what he's doing.
Yeah.
I've been
On the other
feeling
hand,
upset. I've been
go
feeling
on.
upset for Chatty.
Yeah.
During part of Cops' memory loss, Chatty had us kidnap Cops and bring her to the lighthouse. I was just thinking a lot of stuff. I don't know why they had Marley down for like over 15 minutes when they could have easily took him to the hospital and came back or not messed around in the first place.
I heard it's because they didn't have a car. Did they have a car to take Marley to the hospital?
Yes, they have him. Joe had him like injured in the back seats.
Did she take him out of the back seat?
No, they just kept in the car and like they came up to it and I just said to just take him to the hospital.
Did they have keys to that car? Maybe they didn't have
They
keys to
said
that car.
they were driving it around.
Hmm.
Uh, I just got upset with Molly's saying that I was making it my story when it's not my story, it's Chatterbox's story. Luckies and Cops.
I can understand why you're upset with Marley, but Marley was trying to get you to understand his side and have an open, honest conversation, and he attacked him.
He was so upset that he was on the ground for 15 minutes.
He was upset because Lucky asked him for help and he wasn't able to help.
Bonnie told Joe to go back to us, but she didn't.
Have you asked Marley why he's upset?
He said it in front of us that I was making it my story.
I understand, but did you ask him, did you let him finish on why that was frustrating him? Look, I'm not on anyone's side here. I'm trying to act neutral, but he was trying to express to you why he was frustrated, and you hurt him, which made him stop. But then you can't assume that the reason he's frustrated is because he was down for 15 minutes. Because it's actually not. And he did try and express to you that that's not what it was. But you couldn't have that conversation because of the violence. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of lost it when I said that, so I'm sorry.
I appreciate your apology, but I'm not the one you need to apologize to. I sympathize with you, Ember, and I understand where you're coming from, and it must have been really hard and really overwhelming. But you have to know Marley is not frustrated for the reasons you're assuming he's frustrated for. He's frustrated for other reasons, and he was trying to express it. And at the end of the day, I think he was just really worried about Lucky, and he felt like he was put in a position where he wasn't able to help her, and that really frustrated him. And you weren't in a position to help because you were, obviously taking a moment, and that's completely fine. I think it was maybe just the two of you were both trying to help and maybe you ended up not communicate. You know what I'm saying? Like shit happens. Like it's fine. You're allowed to feel all the emotions you're feeling, and you have a right to feel them. Nobody's ever going to tell you that. I think where Marley's frustration just came from is they were put in a position where they weren't able to help Lucky. And Marley likes to help people. He doesn't like being in that position.
Yeah, I didn't know anything was wrong until the police. Because it was meant to be just Lucky and Flippy there, and apparently Flippy was annoyed that all the clowns were there.
Flippy can be annoyed about whatever he wants to be annoyed about. If it's not anyone's show, it's not Flippy's show. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, he's right. You know, he's upset. He's going through a lot, but still, it's.
Yeah, that's
I
mainly
think.
why I went for a walk, and I just want to be alone for a bit. You know,
Yeah,
I was letting Lucky and Flippy do their thing.
And I think it's significant progress that you were able to identify that that's how you're feeling, that you needed that space. I think that's amazing and significant progress. I just think when you identified it, maybe shit just hit the fan, right? And it's like situations that usually wouldn't happen when you identify it and you're like, I need space to process this, right? Not usually is everyone in the middle of the lighthouse with guns and cops, right? Like it's a little bit of a timing thing, but I do think it's a lot of progress that you're able to identify that that's how you're feeling and that you needed space in order to process. I don't think Marley's upset that you're upset. I think Marley's just upset because he felt like he was put in a like him and Lucky and everyone were put in a compromised position. I see you're trying. I see your progress. I do. I think you just need to sit down and talk to Marley. But look, he's upset. He's probably going to say some stuff, right? You're probably going to say some stuff. But you got to remember at the end of the day, you're trying to sit down so you guys can understand each other, you know? He's probably going to call you some upsetting names. You're going to call him some upsetting names. But at the end of the day, you're both clowns who are just trying to care for Lucky.
I ended up blocking Molly.
I know, he told me. I think he's just frustrated because he was trying to get you to understand where he was coming from. And you were trying to get him to understand where you were coming from, which is totally valid. You both are trying to get the other to understand. But when you're doing it at the same time, it comes off as, I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't fucking know.
So like Molly wasn't around when Cups was around.
He wasn't, but that doesn't mean he doesn't get to grieve for others who had her in their lives and lost it, right? You grieve for Chatty and his, how this might relate back to his cup stuff, Marley can also grieve for people who had cups in their lives, Just because he wasn't around to like see her and witness her doesn't mean, he still can't grieve the loss of her.
Like, Chatty's been talking in his normal voice.
Yeah.
Because he had called me a few times.
I actually think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
If he's able to talk in his normal voice, but then still continue to go out and be chatty, I think that's a really good thing. I think that shows that that voice doesn't have to immediately instill fear in all of us,
Well, I don't see fear.
Ever or in chatty?
I don't see fear in both of them.
Okay.
Because they're the same. You feel all like clown Chatty, you got your like leader
Oh, I mean, yeah,
Chatty,
sorry.
and then you got your
I meant like
very
you
serious
personally
Jagger.
feeling chat. I meant like you personally feeling fear versus like him feeling fear. Okay, I didn't. No, because yeah, he's the same person, so it's yeah.
Was that count as I was gonna make a check, but nah.
Yeah, I've noticed he's been talking in the a month ago he pulled off the mask and made a joke with it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's progress,
Oh.
Look, I genuinely think maybe give it a day or two, but I think you should just sit down with Marley and talk. And talk as in not just try and explain your side, but also try and hear his side as well. And I'm not saying you're not. I'm just You gotta remember, Marley is also just a person with emotions trying to figure shit out and trying to do the best by his friends, you know?
Yeah, but the way he came at me, I just got frustrated.
What frustrated it about you? What about it frustrated you? Sorry, dyslexia, it's super hard.
He came at me aggressively, trying to say was trying to make it like my story instead of like Lucky's.
Okay. Because I was there and I didn't feel as though he was yelling at any point. So I was like, I don't. But then again, I could have just been reading it completely wrong. Like, I'm not the you in that situation. So if you're like, no, he's definitely yelling, I'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe he was. I think
He did raise his voice.
at the end of the day, if he says something like that that upsets you, you just have to tell him that.
Yeah, I ended up
Beating him up just proves to him that it does get to you. You know, like that doesn't. It feels good. Doesn't solve anything though.
going down to the canals behind the house and started whacking the rusty cars and that.
I do that shit all the time. I go to the grocery store and I get like old fruit that's on sale, take an aluminum baseball bat, you go to the woods, you beat the shit out of the fruit, get your aggression out, animals get fed. I do that shit all the time.
Nice.
And if you need to do that, just be like, you know, Marley, what you said's really hurtful. I don't want to continue this conversation if you're going to say if you're going to say it's about me, like let's focus on other parts of the conversation. And if he continues to bring it back, you just walk away and beat the shit out of a car, you know?
Yeah. Um, I did text Charlie after I went on my walk.
How'd that go?
Well, he's not awake. Or when he is awake. I texted him 2 hours asking why is he hitting himself? And I know what he's doing with Lucky.
I would
No,
also like to offer a perspective for you on that. What he's doing with Lucky 100% is going to be very hurtful and it's going to bring stuff up. I have no doubt. I support you on that. But I think something else you could think of is him having to be on the other side of that can kind of help him understand and heal from that. You know what I'm saying? Him having to do the same thing can kind of help him understand and heal. Now, obviously, it was not okay. It's never okay. But being in the reverse of that position might actually be helping him heal. He actually brings up cups organically and not in a sad way. And I think that's hella progress. He never brings up cups. Somebody else always brings it up. Recently, he's been bringing it up and bringing up happy memories with her. So, yes, it could be very hurtful, but also it can kind of be full circle. And finally, the healing can start.
yeah.
You know?
Raymond got me a warrant once.
Damn.
When she was doing yuck stuff with Charlie at the food court and they thought the cups was me. And they put a warrant. I went through a whole appeal thing.
Damn.
And the cops really thought it was me, and then afterwards everyone said that it wasn't me, it was cops. And the cops were like, no way.
And you gotta remember, he might be like projecting hurt, but that might not be what he's feeling, you know? As much as you can like kind of assume where other people's feelings are at, we also can't, speak for their feelings, right? Nobody can tell us what Chatty is feeling with all this. Only he can, you know? We can assume and we can understand and we can adjust, but if he's not hurt, then he's not hurt. And if he is hurt and he's not expressing it, then there's nothing we can do because he's not even ready to confront it, you know?
So this is a way of Charlie healing.
Could be. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know all the answers or whatever I say is 100% true because God fuck no, it's not. Do not take that, you know? I'm just a little guy out here. I'm just a silly little guy. I'm just offering you another perspective to think about, you know? And also maybe having somebody to talk to who's also going through this and has gone through this might be really helpful, you know?
Yeah, after the whole lighthouse thing with Charlie and Cups. Like Winnie shot Shadi at the hospital and kidnapped Tessa. I'm not sure what happened after that, but I think we started getting a bit of cups back. Then she got on a plane. A very long time ago.
I remember. I was there.
Yeah, I don't remember all the details. I remember some parts. Yeah, I'm just hoping Jetty's okay after this.
Yeah. I think 100% is going to bring up those feelings. It's going to make you, like, your brain is a protector, right? Your brain's job is to protect you. So your brain sees a pattern led to something bad. Your brain sees something that might, kind of fit the pattern and everything. It's like, oh, bad again. But take a step back, breathe. We are completely different people now. It's a similar situation, but it's a different situation. Chatty has grown a lot and healed a lot. It'll be okay. We'll figure this all out together. It's okay to feel every emotion you're feeling, but you also, gotta give Marley space to express the emotions he's feeling. He might not have been around for cups, but he can still grieve for us. Yeah.
Thank you, Wendy.
You're welcome. I'm always here. Feel good to be out of jail?
Yeah.
Hey, at least you're not stuck in there anymore,
Yeah.
At least you're not on a hole anymore.
Well, unless I commit another murder.
That's true. It's so easy to do in this city, honestly. It's like kind of appallingly easy to murder people in this city.
Yeah, I don't want to get a life again or the death penalty.
True.
What to do now?
I have no idea. I'm probably gonna put my limo away because they didn't come for it, and I'm blocking all of the driving spaces like a fucking dick, and I'm enjoying just watching them try and like crash out over it. So I'm probably gonna park the limo, and then I don't know. We'll see what I get up to today. What about you?
Yeah, Belle wanted to talk as well.
Yeah, she was just worried about you. Oh. Damn, that's a fine looking skeleton. Hey, hold up!
What?
Oh, hell no! Wendy! I'm sorry, I have to.
Wendy!
Oh my God, that's what I'm talking about.
Who just shot me? That's my skeleton.
Someone shot
sorry.
you? Who shot you?
I saw that.
What?
Who shot?
I only stabbed you. I don't have a gun.
Yeah,
Who just shot me?
I
shot you?
King of the clown, so haze in my blood. Every plan I make, leave the block in a flood. Slip out of cuffs like they ain't even locked. BD, catch me once, then I'm already dropped.